So the Lexie Hull situation it's mad. It is absolutely mad. That's all I'm going to say. Like, it is crazy. And the Indiana Fever are at least trying to do something to stop it, thankfully. But if you guys don't know, this whole drama started because Lexie Hull said that she had never received passes like she did from Chelsea Gray, which is a fine comment. The reason is that, like, people are apparently saying that she just said that she crossed the line and that she was, turning on Caitlin Clark because, well, she said Chelsea Gray was a better passer. Well, no, that's not what she said. She said the passes come in a different way, which is the truth. By the way, every good passer passes the ball differently. Like, if you don't understand basketball if you think that, like, Caitlin Clark has that one unbelievable she's a couple of really nice behind the back passes this season. And Chelsea Gray will turn a routine chest pass into some Harlem Globetrotter stuff. Like, she passes the ball almost like Jason Williams. Is Jason Williams the best passer of all time? No. Like, flashy passing does not equal passing, but Chelsea Gray is a better flashy passer than Caitlin Clark. Like, that is a fact. That is a absolute fact. That Chelsea Gray is a better flashy passer than Caitlin Clark. And I mean that. It is a objective fact. But the Indiana Fever having to come in because people are saying, oh yeah, she wants to leave the Fever. Oh, she doesn't want to play with Caitlin Clark. She's an op now. So now you've got the Indiana Fever own social media. They're talking about it and they're literally like, we'll be back. Getting to the playoffs was great, but getting there and winning is the goal via Winsider on her outlook for next season. Like, they literally had to post a post saying, we'll be back, about Lexie Hull coming back to the Fever to just shut up people. It was, like, one of the craziest things. Fever are going to win it all 25. Thank God. She can come from the bench and get a couple of hustle buckets and threes here and there. She shouldn't be our starting small forward. I actually agree with that. Like, Lexie Hull is not a starter. Isn't she their best perimeter defender? Lexie is a great starter. I'm sorry, Lexie Hull has had a 10-game hot streak. She's played 3 seasons and she's played 10 good games. She's had a 10-game hot streak in her career. Albeit she went nuclear hot. In other words, you need to react. Fever admin rejects narratives faster than agendas. Like, that's the reality of the situation. It's like, it got bad enough that the preach Lexie from Lynn Dunn. Once, year 2 you got to compete, year 3 you got to win. And the Fever aren't winning it all next year. Maybe. If the Fever can somehow go out next year with Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Lexie Hull, Natasha Howard, and... Sorry, not even Lexie Hull. Satu Sabally, Natasha Howard, and Leah Boston, with a bench of a point guard, Lexie Hull, if they can somehow keep the 8th pick and get Anissa Morrow, Damaris Dantas, and Katie Lou. Fair enough. That team might win it all. And then with your second round pick, hope that someone like a Van Lit's still on the board, and maybe you get a shot creator off the bench. That team might win it all, but that team's probably not going to be a thing. Like, but it's mad, just all the stuff, like Lexie Hull being friendly with Angel Reese, who is now her teammate. And I saw this post here, and it's like, they're going to lose their minds. If Lexie Hull's being friends with Angel, they're going to lose their minds about the fact that, Lexie Hull and Dejanay Carrington are friends. They were former teammates at Stanford for years. So it's one of those things where it's like, the Fever have actually had to talk about this, which is the maddest thing about it, is that the Fever have actually had to, because you're now seeing like posts of all Lexie Hull's missed layups and everything, and being like, you know what, we're not going to accept this anymore. But I'm like, it's literally it's a player. They're players. Like, not all these players have to absolutely worship Caitlin Clark. They don't have to worship Caitlin Clark. Heck, she didn't do a... She literally didn't say she's the best passer I've ever played with or she's the best point guard I've ever played with. Like, Lexie Hull didn't say that. She literally just said that, you know, Chelsea Gray, I'm not used to catching passes like this. And it's like, yeah, Caitlin Clark is the better passer of the two. She is the better passer in transition. She processes the game faster. Vision-wise, I think they're quite even. But the difference is that Caitlin Clark can manipulate defenses better than Chelsea Gray can because she attracts more attention. And she can get you more open shots. Caitlin Clark is a much better kicker of the ball. I haven't watched enough of Chelsea Gray to talk about skip passing, but I don't think Caitlin Clark's a particularly good skip passer from what I've seen. But the better passer is Caitlin Clark, but they're different types of passers. They are. It's like, again, Jason Williams is the flashiest passer in NBA history. Steve Nash was a better passer than Jason Williams. Like, that's just the reality of his situation. It is just the reality of it. You've got a player who's played with two really good point guards. Like, heck, you could argue Sloot. If a player played with Caitlin Clark and Sloot and they said the Sloot was the best passer they ever played with, or if they said Caitlin's the best passer they ever played with, if they played with both of them, it's like, is that a knock on prime Sloot? I don't know. You can say what you want, but like, look, in my opinion, Caitlin Clark is the best point guard, prime for prime. And I'm not joking when I say this. She is prime for prime, the best point guard in the WNBA ever. Like, I watched Sue Bird at her peak. Sue Bird was not doing what Caitlin Clark was doing as far as scoring and just being that focal point. And obviously Sue Bird was probably the better... Was she the better defender? Yeah, I'll go with that. It'll be interesting to see how Caitlin Clark becomes off the ball, because I don't think Caitlin Clark's that bad an on-the-ball defender. She's just, like, weaker, I guess. Physically not the greatest, but, like, still. I don't remember Sue Bird being this, like, all-defensive caliber player. Just checking. Yeah, she was never an all-defensive caliber player. Hell of a player, though. But, like, still, I'm going peak for peak. Caitlin Clark over Lindsay Whalen too. Over prime Chelsea Gray, but still, like, there's nothing wrong with what Lexie Hull say, and the fact that the Fever had to confirm Lexie Hull saying we'll be back, like, it's just ridiculous now. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So anyway, yeah, that is the video, lads. Thank you guys for watching. I can't believe I'm talking about this. But yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe.